ye di agro aye say asofofo nka bi imamofo nka bi akoya Afenyo markin akoya domkuma no even MPP fo bi num kra no empeso mbeka ho asem no emmobo
ye nsuo nipa bunipa
akoma tan ye mobo aya wo man ni sika o an sika no aye ka ho asem no enye sika kuma 1.7 billion Ghana cedis.
Oh.
And that's a 22 billion.
Oh.
Aye sika kuma.
Oh.
Now, we are Ghana near Timmy, we are parent Timmy yepa. Oba wie atrekere for ntete ye bia. Anase for ntete ye bia. Aban se woni sika de befa wo mo. Antony pass 60,000. Education minister requested say omo ya atrekere for ma wi atrekere for ntete ye bia. Yam form no mo nya djuma no. Ya dropping na be do 6,000.
Oh.
Bisa se dentia. Finance minister say ye clear mo a won yesika ya ne betu omuka. Yet we might not making losses 1.7 billion. Are we serious? I say we are jokers in the country.
Yeah.
And your pasa your pro some passe.
The elephant never forgets.
Yeah, them press on some way some passe. Your press some passe ya enye. Ghana it deserve better. And John Dramani Mohammed and this government. Ghana deserve better. Yabre ye kwanwa o amama nu amu peja ye nu amani fi ye amani nyina make progress. Ghana it be make progress.
Hwenia kasa.
Ye kasa no a ne ye kana watra ne ye de ato obi an kan wansam obi ansuro. We are not in the jungle.
Hwenia kasa.
Anya nsebo ni jatanom anya ne omogro ye ne nipa o ye nipa te sawo kana okra kire nipa ne nyantem.
Oh,
enya boa enya kwase a is it true say Ghana gold board are making losses ana
anabujo mama asemwe
na gold board are making losses a day na man losses ne buy because we gold o first cabagiska ya moka wenya chacha na wakoto
ne ka na da hodo
aye sika no watwia makwabrane se kwabrane nko na won koto gold mire yenga asoman won to gold mire se Sammy Gyamfi wono papa eno maame mogapade ana mo fie abusua japade property ana mo rane
ye nsuo nipa bunipa
aye o my Ghana japade nyame fasa ma touchwood Sammy Gyamfi woni ho na ye be yo bi foforo
hwenia kasa
amana be CEO e gold board and this ya ban fra konya so MPP abamba MPP di obi be ko obe CEO gold board
ye kan we aso be reset o man o be reset o man no na de aye de
enti say ye chichiri man no ne ye hu ni sa ne ye fa ni so odidi man bidie wana hweme menka na sam minim no kra ne pa menka ye be bre aso man
om de o ma bon na ye kasa o monte
maybe should say omra out gold board no crescent losses aba ane there be BOG and making losses now. BOG mirror out. And you're done on making losses, no? Is it true the gold board and a BOG making losses? Or mirror out?
Me need time to waste.
Say a finance minister to force and won't ye what in come? One mirror out no make us no cry. You're making losses be losses they making no and your true gold board. Gold or more town and my ye boka and as there be a gold board there, secure the moment or mobu a conta frinchem kadia maye will be a nika na Ghana for you and TB. Na Sammy Gyamfi swari asio na ukotre se Afenyo markin extortion or jidiska was resika anu hia me kofi ehia kwame ofie ehia ma ehia doa so besere uska so ma no wan man wo memfa ho
o kan wie no so won ti ase de e won headache
but the issue is one making losses ana yenya nkragro no ne lift bar ne kakra
oh
and this will be a mesro scan one making losses say no class one making losses akraba enu kwan se ni panika
ne ka na da hodo
sawuna wo heme na wujimi a mitimi kan tro so wajimi akraba
hwenia kasa
akraba sawuna otodwane ma midi na wujimi a ense ma wo so wajimi because jimi na ba kan tirima
udi nkwasi asem so e be ka kire wo
with all respect Ghana from fanchame
udi nkwasi asem so e be ka kire wo
anti se kaba Sammy Gyamfi Can na say be a kaba by giant dem 50 film no and our best statistica and our bejisika mama ni sikanti and us gold board aboka and only Afenyo asem
Nambum da mabani ni 3 years and dodo.
and who evidence a chance wa ba say wa be yo bukata jisika magana for hu
Wow.
on this day time video ha fabra voice wa fabra ni e say no kra some minority leader no wabesere uska and one farmer no and a warrior de warrior no and obia no obefo so ukruma akrama obia no obefo so ukrum ha
and we pay there no can you say
but antisa na losses na ba ne ye ka ho asem a yes stick to facts na yen ka samba no da no Ghana your problem ba ko pan ha yen akrama say yan hwe sa de ni ya Ghana yen timi kwa nim
oh
asam ne da ho ye be ka asam no na de won chan asam ne chan ana ye ka ho asam wan on the mountain ra school man ye bi ye hihye nkonya ye friend say de tumi ka fa nkonya ho no merry go round
even this foolishness is foolishness and ya tem did you
asam ba no ho ni ye ja asam no na ye doje asam no ni ye twakanko ni ye twakanko ye ya bodam
Omo born na ye kasa omo nte no.
asambele wo yen twake wasam no eye no kure se gold board aboka na losses abana enkura tiduase asad na baby o my Ghana eni afia kodri sense can betimi the classrooms
o kan wie no so won tiase there e won headache
ye wo attraction for deficit our Ghana aye here attraction for more than 5,000 some go classrooms akotire ade yentimi post omo because of financial constraints. Ya nurse for no obakura kurase bi chip compound bi nipa ba ko penalty ho hair for hwan wo tu kwan 1 week no ma ye
107.3
2 weeks no ma ye akwan ye wo bi ya dia this year the next motor so dwudwure gegraw as the number kuruma be hwe no ye nyine sa de wei
107.3
Asase pono no.
ni wa sofu wo kroma obi ayedin imam for CSOs why radio presenters are as you preach as and papa near Ghana for who no creno yes we me asa yafu
Bray ninka so why and then when you to me to monfanya de mope
ya Land Cruiser ya tim ya didi ya me ti no kra ne yentimi nka no kra ne nchire nipa
oh the whole bad the whole brutal
ye di Ghana bro me the issue of extortion no Sammy Gyamfi nyai sa agro no wonyai oyesi Chief Executive Officer, ruling government, abayo otia akonya so. Enti say ye ka bibi fa ho na enya no kra say sabe losses bi aba. Wo dia ne say wo beba out. BOG ti so ba to ka say BOG na aboka no. Okay, na wo sa nyansa no a krobati me, Sammy Gyamfi say wo sa nyansa no a na wo bi say BOG say mate so mo ka say aboka mubusum no sika ye beje eye gold board e free BOG ho e de koto gold no losses bi aba na BOG be yiwa no
akwaya jo
BOG yiwa no na uba outa we are accountable to Ghanaians
hwenia kasa
kwase ne hwew akrakuma ye ne hwew
ye nsuro nipa
enti wo ba outa se no kra oh mini BOG fo akasa BOG se losses no en free ye gold board that way na many BOG for di nkomo enti BOG governor kora wo ha Piero wo ha Piero wa kasa no monte ase na de wo ye restoration de kire sen
udi nkwasi asem so ye be ka
enti me ka cho se Sammy Gyamfi wan zero bi skada wonka
they scammed everybody, including Nanenya Kupon Ankasa.
the life I know Sammy Gyamfi St. James the life no starting here from primary school junior high school senior high school university we were politics mu we join NDC we be communications director na officer so one serious kada wonka
oh the whole bad the whole brutal
enti azumi so wo Sammy Gyamfi so one serious campaign na bia mampan John Dramani Mahama na de ma wo na mamwo ni nkoye NDC ekotogatam untimi nka no kora nkyere mampan Mahama se da bi adi koye tan na
even this foolishness is foolishness and ya tem did you
enti obi mauska wo ya bone amienka akwaba wo ya bone a enti amempa office kono
ye nsuro nipa bu nipa
na bono yene de umpepie mi pie me ma office ho me man kana fo hu kanea no
ne ka na da ho
mani di am timbi medi ye petrol buaba fom a me tobi me ho betomi akwan ya me fa so a me ho betomi se aduane bo fom akraba wo bedi bi me ho betomi am okay
abusianfo me chiachia mu nyina ena numre yi e de mobile mass media so yasan abase ena ye ne mu bedi nkomo kakra e fa ensembinum a e koso e wo the Ghanaian political arena ena medin any rush media gh me na matrase se medin sem a aba e wo media no ye de bre mo na ene mo ache bi afa na yatoto adwene e bre no duru a na ma bi phone lines na tum na wo so what to me afre no about chire wadwen afa sema ene me de bre we ho ene the main topic of the day ene say Afenyo markins asiu Sammy Gyamfi and J for defamatory of 15 million Ghana cedis yenchechire mu ye yewura Afenyo markins oye dom kuma omo parliament no omo ekandifo Edi Sammy Gyamfi ene J. Sammy Gyamfi oye Gold Board Director, CEO of Gold Board. Edi ene J. Akoko to say, and sembi omoka fa ne ho say a extortionist. Yekese obi extortionist asichere say oye nipa bia ode katakata tumi ehye ne nsam edi bisa sika ma amanfo epiade ma o. Eye mafian tactics. Yekese obi extortionist it say obi odi asisire ni tumi bi a sabio enye irregular enye abinde na odi asisire amanfo se omumfa sika ema no enti asem we na Sammy Gyamfi ene sabio J eka edito Afenyo markins so na asem we no ye kana wantie ni ye a you will take it in a manner one hwe ara wantie asie ye nwa ba rima Afenyo markins wo ho no onye an ordinary citizen bia o Afenyo markins nipa kese wo Ghana man mu pa because ye kese ye kasafa en shisheya ema aman mu okoso wo Ghana man mu a ye wo the executive ho na the president and his ministers ye wo the legislator no na the parliament itself nkrofo no omo hihye mra ena ye wo the judiciary a omo nso na omo ye enkrofo a omo make sure say the laws in the countries works juba and sana ye wo the fourth estate a omo na omo ye the media house in this ohe babia Afenyo markins gina Afenyo markins is the second from the executive we go directly to the legislature the members of parliament. And now, Afenyo markins, he is not just an ordinary member of parliament, or Sansu Jinamuni at the Madam Kuma Ewo Parliament Hall. And the Parliament Hall, ye wo speaker, or no ye penny Parliament Hall, or no Sukura Mpono. Normally, the Enke was so yan said, Obey referee, Ediama Afanu Miran Komayo Mojuma. The speaker himself normally doesn't have any big position, but it is only in Ghana and under NDC administration now. Yama speaker benye tumi kakrakabi. Nobody can speak only to me. Ono the other one say he is making sure that majority side and the minority they are able to do their work. I think I parliament wankasa mpanyimfo omo to me I boro sopa majority and the minority leader. And me person say Afenyo markins are the minority leader in parliament, even though our minority any huge numbers in parliament it does not mean nothing. He is still representing part of Ghanaians more than 4 million people. So Afenyo markins is not anybody in the country say ubetumia sorry I can't send the idea so afa ohodi edeko adiako tiemiye pa Afenyo markins position na ekura no na juma oye nipadoma odi omo anim or represent omo no ene kire wo say Afenyo markins is not just an ordinary MP or ordinary Ghanaian utumi sorry eko gina baabi eka de ope ede to ne so because ensem na Afenyo markins ye hwehwemu ede fa ho no about the losing of the gold board money aye 22 million no Afenyo markins is not doing it because of his personal interest or yes our investigation no the same number bonting for the interest of the people that he represent but what tell me yepa and this Afenyo markins the allegation about bonting any allegation no enya asem bi aye kan say ebetumi aye say obi ahwedesika where IMF reported documents and Afenyo markins edigina so kan asem defended the interests of the country and this Afenyo kan asem bi in with the report of the IMF now Sammy Gyamfi who are Sembi Kafahua, it is not about who is Afenyo markins. It is about the truth about the documents IMF of war, AFR, the Bank of Ghana financial what they call report. No? That is what the debate must to go to. But now look, you let him say you Sankrofu we are Omwamanyo Kwan yo mofa so ye amanyo adwuma no time and you only when they're in position even when they're in government because to say omuye amanyo ko bi animdi a ye di bu oman chichiro oman difficult for them na denema won no anytime that there is an issue that needs to be dialogue that needs to be explained. They move from explaining the things to attacking people. Because Omunim said, if we get to say, yen go deep into the issue, now yen reason like a human being, rationally, a dream they cannot follow. So what they do is, they first of all attack the people. They first of all attack the image of the people. Say they be omube discredit the credibility of the person. Now say, so the one in Ghana and so the Asemusia, we normally go for this type of things. Instead of us to concentrate on the real issues on the ground, then we will go for the stupid things surrounding the issue. And NDC is very aware of this one, and that is the tactics that they have been always using to confuse and to deceive Ghanaians. I'm going to give you typical examples in the moment whereby there were real issues on the ground where they were needed. They needed an explanation. The NDC diverted their direction. Instead of them to give explanation, they went on attacking people. And I'm coming to show you in how many occasions NDC Amanyo Kono where they needed an explanation. NDC Amanyo Kono actually said they cannot have intellectual dialogue. So all what they can do is to attack the personality of the people. Now, yemra na memfanche chiremu emra. Amemfanchia kese ema imame ama nyako. Mame ya afrempo mame chia ye pa. Mame Esther K bali mame chia wonso ye pa. Sa so na mame Diana Pia. Me chia wonso ye pa. Thank you for coming here. Message say oba na wa like video no, na wa share. Na wa comment so na ye hu na ya chia ye e de ama. Yento ayasema na ye ka so na ye nko ye nim. Se ye nyina ye beka ya enche bia na MPP amanyoku no organize a demonstration bia na friend democracy under attack. Demonstration is very successful. The demonstration was very successful. The message of the demonstration was very clear. In fact, MPP for sure says so moye sa demonstrations no. Ye hu enkrofo a omoye neither MPP supporters or NDC supporters ya. Omoye kromo mafo a omoye omanma omo believe say enega na manmu no you can't say nothing. Assembly obeka bia no wan hwe ya na aba becho. Nti amamam for comment say aban we ye one china ban. I hope you remember that. Okay. Now let's go on. Yeah, demonstration, success. A man, fair, a dumb bar, Bibi actually say yes. What the MPP was talking about, was actually a national problem of Bia Ahuno. The NDC decided to divert attention. Said the reason why the demonstration was taken on, the fact is said, ne ubi wano ani ababecho, otu ufie ni ebuwe udam ni epajo ni edoko, yetu doko shem 1 week, 2 weeks, ni ebisa for 50 million bra, for 70 million bra. The NDC did not want Ghanaians to discuss about mame issues. No. So what did they do? So Obekaya, Maamena Efere na Jantwa, presidential aid to the president of the President Mahama, Nana Jantwa, Mami Oye CPP ni so ani NDC for Neboko Shiata Fere. That woman came out and decided to divert the attention. Say also said Nipa, there was say yen come for demonstration no hunyina. And a call personal attack on Afenyo markins. I'm from winning the amano. Abranya no cre. Abraham ya mene ujina hanyina enim say Afenyo markins a call Jubilee House ma ameno ba ye no. Afenyo she that trans be na no catch them amene say without any disrespect to you. Okay, so say me person me di nim memfa say mema wo mebu ani wani mo nyam so. Na mbo no me feel say the because the message that we are bringing is important. You were not supposed to be the only person to come for our report. Yen nyina nim say asem we na Afenyo markins kan. But enam send this phonim says ye kesi ye di nkomafa. The reason enam so nti ayekoye demonstration na ebegu omo party na nimase because Ghana for na sha say kese aban we ye no wonchino mame abayintino. They decided to divert their attention from that to say Afenyo markins munipa Afenyo markins disrespect na nya jantwa. Omo ye ya to divert attention. Ya to make sure say the media houses will talk about Nana ya jantwa any Afenyo markins say and tokwa bini disrespect to be akoso. But it didn't work. It did not actually work because the Ghanaian man of today, things has changed. People have started thinking right. And the NDC tactics of how to defend themselves from getting exposed. And it's over here. Assembly sipe na ye kan asem na no man kwa fa gossip bi the ababeto system no na ye kasa fa ho na ye jai the main tactics. That is the same thing that the NDC wanted to do about this. Abusia, that lost in the gold board honor, that 22 billion Ghana cedi lost no. Abusia, enkrofonu bi mo ho ka sa sika na asem a omo say okay, Sammy Gyamfi say the whole year no they were able to bring in 10-point-something billion dollars. And it's our boka 1.7 billion and for so. Bra, no, it doesn't make sense. Let me tell you why it doesn't make sense. The NTM makes sense and I said that 10.7 billion dollars now mutumi de ba o manum. Enyam faso. That money no. The same money that was given to gold board to buy gold. Omukono man fan faso ama. Enti wono yamon 10-point-something billion dollars. Okoye no, you came back with 9-point-something million dollars. You did not make any end. What you man oye nem faso ni so, you did not bring any profit. What you brought back is lost, and not a small loss. We are talking about a loss to 22 billion Ghana cedis, $1.7 billion. Me about ma. Sa inflation na yesi akofom. Dollar to cedi rate akofom because nkwasi adwuma na omo ye no sterilization of the cedis. Ye ton gold say ye the dollar say bana dollar to cedi no ebekofom no. Nyansan bi anim emfaso onim. Emfaso enim ne say sa 22 billion no senka yamfa nkwa nkodi kwan be for so ma dollar aba fom ena nka yedi invest ye ewo man num ema kwan ema sabio akuafo nya sika ede ye wo na dwuma ena nka ema kwan ma akuafo no bai ye toye ena nka ema kwan na nka etumi fa nurse fo adwuma ena nka efo teacher fo adwuma enka ene dadua me no kasai many people enkrofo nka omo na ma bontene so se komo de wo because that money could have bring in money in the system and no man na yetim no enam sa nkwase adwuma wo ye omo ye fixed to the say they want the dollar to remain at a particular price no the results of it and say yes the dollar is down, the inflation is down, but the circulation of money sika eterne wo economy no e bi ni ho because the local businesses are losing the grounds. Enyuma na ewo local na nka omo na omo ye the runners of the economy no omo nyuma na nkoso because the omo ye bia no so obi kofa di frama no ne ba omo kofa se obi ye mo wo Ghana obi produce wo Ghana mamu bia no se wo kofa di fra brochire de ba Ghana mamu asade na di fra brochire ba ne bo na efo se de ye produce no wo Ghana ho enti ama the economy itself no is on its knees even though the dollar to cedi rate is nice. So there is no importance ehun here so be spend 22 billion just to achieve lack of money in circulation. What spending 22 billion said the be sika any economy no nyansa be na wo nyansa ben ene wom. And let me tell you something. So 22 billion no, we could have used it to complete all the agenda 111 project across the country. Enti bisa ho say nka ye complete agenda 111 e wo Ghana nyina ena nka ye massive employment of nurses nka won't you think nka many people families among for boyfriends and among for girlfriends won't they have benefit from that? So we agenda 111 nyina ena nka yes start nurse for ne doctor for motifie na de omukogum na ye ma omo adwuma ya. Do you know how much money the government would have made on that? Unim taxes and kabane be je free nkrofo unim sikadodo anka de beba economy num ama amanfo ho atowo. That is how we run economy. Dollar to cedi no, it doesn't make sense to any Ghanaian. Say ye kurom ye wo sika ye de be didi ye de be to ye niema ye de be solve your problems na ye cedi any dollar no rate no was so emfa ye ho like nanado time udo aburo na unya bag ba ko a utimi de hwe oyede na oma for the whole year even though the dollar was on the top. But you know what is going on? The dollar is down, but you can even harvest about 70 bags of maize. So the economy is on the knees. Adentia, you are spending 22 billion Ghana cedis for no reason. Now, let me tell you something. Sadie we no more, you know. Omo anyo mo adwen se omo ye e de ayeden omo anya omo adwen se omo yo sa ayi no e de asupport wa brabo eye chrono tactics pa e no mo de awia sa sika no eye Ponzi scheme sa 22 billion no omo aye no eye Ponzi scheme manner to rob the people because se woni mu yi a adwuma na Sammy Gyamfi ya ne wo ho no omo ye the only people omo tumi ni gold free Ghana kwa amana ne koton omo nso na omo ye the only people omo yi nipa a obetumi akoto gold de abre won omo nso na yi nipa obetumi ato gold na free won ho enti eba ne say na gold na mo so moto ne 17 okokoto no 18 why na moton ma no through which process and money selected that person to come and take off the gold to sell outside. So there are things going on about the gold border. A very, very criminal. A manner of stealing. And the reason why Afenyo Markins is telling Ghanaians about what is going on, they say Afenyo Markins want the truth, the reality to come out. But you tell me, because it is not explainable, say, for go to cotton, but I'll buy also about 22 billion Ghana cedis. But you tell me, Abra boss aka we nyina wie ye no. Wo Sammy Gyamfi no nkrofo no omuye adwuma o gold board ho no. Maka da bia munyaaye. Modern office a motimo se mo pese munye renovation. You had money to do that. Maintenance, car maintenance for Sammy Gyamfi alone is about 1.something million Ghana cedis. Sa sika we nyina mutumi nyaaye. Eddie tweet mo catch sika di. But you came back and tell us say Kana Bank of Ghana abo enam sika omode ma wo se fa koto gold no. O se eno dem fa wo. Na ye kanso a na Jimmy who Sammy Gyamfi when you were in opposition you made every Ghanaian believe say do kotna aban office na wo car baako a eye car bi edi mu a na chese wo ye koromfo ampipi ni panyi be na Sammy Gyamfi anke so ye koromfo na wene why wanim totwe na wene why wanim te say unhu ni trim bi eye ne de wo ena duru so na ye boja ne de akyerew se papa adwuma na wo ye no bo man ka adwuma na wo ye no you are the youth no omo prosperity their future plans udi di agro ye kan kire wa na wakose sa onkwase afọ de omo begu medium so omo create some stupid allegations against Afenyo Markins sadanya Afenyo Markins sisifo Afenyo Markins kwa amanfo so de tumi kata bukata ekoji sika from Sammy Gyamfi uye kurase nipa. I never know that because the NDC is actually suffering from arrogance of power. NDC is today suffering from arrogance of power because the fact that you Sammy Gyamfi utumitra TV suni radio so ekata wani edi ntro ente saade to the minority leader of parliament so say ode kwambone so jisika firi amanfo. It is something that that is not supposed to come from your mouth. Now I have a question to ask Sammy Gyamfi. Mon krofo ya moba ya mon chichi amanfo di omugum amanfo monye bone amanfo they just handle their offices the way that they're supposed to handle them. Namodi allegations anye no kweto won so who Sammy Gyamfi you know say Afenyo Markins a extortionist and a one to me anchor reporting on my police Sammy Gyamfi amuti opposition you threatened to arrest every corrupt politician in the country. Now about Bedia Kunya 1 and almost 2 years in here. You were not able to report Afenyo Markins to the police. He said, or ye bukata, or the mafian tactics say Jessica Free Obiho. Same, Ade and no modim kwase ma bo mine chrono. Modi mo ho ahyema mu wie sika Afenyo epese Ghana fo nyina entibi no. And then now Baba can't change Afenyo Markins or extortionist. Or the kwambone so Jessica Free nipa ho. Same, you had 1.5 years to report anything about Afenyo Markins. You refuse. Why yet? But now, Afenyo, moto adi edichiro omano. Now you know Afenyo Markins is somebody or the kwambone so Jessica Frama. Do you think we are case? What do you say, Yankura? What do you say, Yankura? Hey? Let me say this thing to NDC, and they have to understand it very well. Send this if only move woman when they must put one this in their brain. And second, So Munim said they are minority in Ghana. Omunkohe vote to Ajomahama in 2020. Any vote to Ajomahama in 2024. Now Omunhe the difference of it. Let the NDC come and listen very well. Me say, so Omunhe say they are the top knots. Omunhe say Omani your money because Ghanaians has voted for them massively. What I want to tell them is say, Omunko he numbers Omunya in 2020. Any numbers Omunya in 2024. Let them look at the difference between the two elections. That will tell them, say, you are the minor people in the country. Now, you too much discipline. You too much democratic. You know, we try to bring discipline among ourselves. And people in 12 budgets for voting sake. MPP person vote always based on ideas, plans, discipline, internally coordination. Anything I'm winning about 2024. And the mamo in your margin say, when you to me be a bromo, so you think say we have sold the country to you. Say to me, come once. Moyare. Now, mo papa rodin say odi to eba Kumasi maimu asante maimu. Ebe kunkuma amanfo ebe che made won to ho boro won nantemu maakora mpo no. We were able to speak the truth to him. And when the time came, Yamane packing in Yama. Yamane packing in Yama free castle ho, Ediko Trevor Bianope. Na Yago John Dariga. And then Cram Crow, your form Modio or Chia. They don't understand nothing. Only stupid comments. Only stupid comments. Nonsensical comments and Uncrofu Wima. How can you, small boy Sammy Gyamfi, a thief like you, some NDC members are still complaining about your word? Amamfu bisa kwanya ofa so awunya usika. People are commenting kwanya ofa so otunya sika to fie wo Tata Hills ewo airport side. Amamfu bisa juma ben na waye na wabra bob. Can you come and account for that? Utumi mabontinho, but what's the unnecessary and stupid allegations now we are for nipa. No. And Afenyo Markins has done it very well. Said neither be a menoka say, or the Sammy Gyamfi KJ, Ako court. Some women don't me yano. But say this time around, we will not allow your gossip comment around the rare issues, you know. We will not allow that one to cover our eyes. We will look deep into the real issues. And some now who here, that is what we are going to talk about. Now, who Sammy Gyamfi? Obia Utimima among for demonstration. Demonstration against Bank of Ghana in 2023. I didn't tell Bank of Ghana Boka 60 million. Tell you. Bank of Ghana, a year na juma nyina oboka in 2023 60 million no. And this are buying and this then in opposition. Almost share that a critique demonstration said they are going to Mr. Addison say he must to sack himself or say on him free the Bank of Ghana CEO position no. Adentia almost say bank na boka, and at the same time the bank was building a new headquarters. Into demonstration. That was about 60 million. But who and there? Only your operation, your personal operations are on the Bank of Ghana a year. And no kwano, I'm a bank and I'll 22 billion. A fool like you want to tell us not to talk about it. Now you can. Now why are they? What kofa and crofobia to say like J no. A Jimmy phobia to say Kevin Taylor no. Jimmy for binum to say Rafe why a Jimmy for will say they should come and destroy the image of Afenyo Markins. Hey, we are going to defend Afenyo Markins because Afenyo Markins is somebody that is worth for. Who Sammy Gyamfi young kone Afenyo Markins? Who ma fear Afenyo Markins shall say ye business or Ghana? Who name the properties ya papa we kitano? And the thing that I can never understand, and I say, who Sammy Gyamfi? What the Bank of Ghana director? papa na ogu UT banga yɛde ne kɔgyina akɔd sɛ yɛkyi na akɔtuma waban kromfo no ba ya o say there is no prosequa a yɛgya no amana samba be Bank of Ghana governor no gold na Dr. Bawumia etoye from 8 tons to 31 tons why na mo ton gold no man no sa gold na mo se mo ton 50% no why na mo ton man no na why mpo ne ma mo akwanya se mo ton sa gold because that gold was a Ghanaian property. And before you decide to sell it, you need a delivery from the Parliament of Ghana. You went back and you sold that gold. Why na motor man? At which cost did you sell that gold to? What do you say, Uncle? We know that you are doing a burden of your godfathers. But that burden of your godfathers, is your personal issue. Me as a Ghanaian, I don't care about who sponsored your education. Me as a Ghanaian, I don't care about who sponsored you to become who you are. And you cannot use my personal property or minor property to compensate what other people has done for your private life. Now, dear Ben Ayenka, say, Afenyo markins, I can't say 22 billion there, a home bail, we should not talk about that. Sammy? And then Pacho, sack yourself from the position where you are standing because you in 2029, as soon as Dr. Bawumia is being sworn in, you'll be one of the first people that Abronye will invite to the Yoko office to come and answer, to come and give us why you decided to let the country lose 22 billion. I want to bet 2 pig. I saw what Jimmy. Who knew say man for you should do your Juma and so. Keep on doing that. And we will make sure, say, we will hold your legs to the fire. Abusia, and the Sammy Gyamfi, I in trouble because Afenyo markins I see for 115 million Ghana cedis. Because and Sammy Gyamfi, I can't your position no. Near him saying Kafi or power in Podia. He will change his character a little bit. But this guy is so full of him. When Sammy Gyamfi digu a man for so, Dr. Bawumia a hotel owner. Dr. Bawumia and Trofo. Dr. Bawumia, anything this guy said was all about insulting and telling lies about Dr. Bawumia. But then Afenyo markins can say, bring any evidence that you have. I just no or you're extortionist. Who to me the bar? He will submit himself to any investigation. As investigation no come.
Yeah. Was he really serious about it? Did it sound like he was being a little jovial?
Then you will see where power lies. Near Kotia Afenyo markins or the Sammy Gyamfi any Erika J. A court to the den say, Omo Gunanimase, enti Omomra, no Mumeyina no, Baby Crono call ya, Okoji won Sikano, Omra Mekana Gana for you antibi. Enti video nameless is here.
Become nothing short of a widespread epidemic. One this government appears to have neither the clue nor the courage to confront. So while Gold Board cannot account for 1.7 billion, an equivalent of 22 billion Ghana cedis, Ghanaians in our mining communities are paying with their kidneys, their lungs, and in other cases, their lives. This house owes them an answer too. Speaker, in the face of the allegations of extortion leveled against me, I have chosen to take high moral ground by submitting myself to the processes of the law. I have accordingly caused writs to be filed in suit number GT 1029/2026, entitled Osahin Alexander Afenyo Markin versus Samuel Gyamfi and Multimedia Group Limited at the Accra High Court, and suit number GR/ACH/CC/C5/02/2026, entitled Osayin Alexander Afenyo Market versus Eric Ejay and Peace FM at the Chimota Circuit Court.
Yes, and to say 10 years, Afenyo markins say, Ninsam or can ye biano about the gold board no. He knew what he was talking about. Na say asem na oka ne ntine ye binom say or you be or de kwam bone so egisika efiri amanfo ho de a ono nim say enye nokore enti ade Accra secret court no ono no akwa report to Sammy Gyamfi ene Edekaje said they should come and bring evidence but bi kro no Afenyo markins ede kwam bone so kwaji sika firi obi nsem no omo for evidence ne mra na so omo de ba he's ready to face any consequences. Free Moaba. And then you must man this for no car. And then the almost say Sammy Gyamfi near the KJ. A bro more can say extortionist and as will be the Quambone a faso edisicano. Almost see more Afenyo markins. And then Crofono Yede, Sanya Giant. A more chinomo. After the same thing that they said on radio, on TV, that we all saw. But you tell me, they, as I say, your mom will say, yes, Afenyo markins is both. Were Bontain to challenge the allegations, you know. These stupid men, these fools, and then the woman Bontain can say that be, or more Afenyo markins. Abusia, one country and this if one say. The elephant never underestimate the elephant. Never think that because we have only 66 MPs in the parliament, you know, automatically means to say we are few. You see, you can never underestimate quality with a quantity because Pogos MPs na mugu parliament wa musumu ye NDC fo amukurom emmoa ene na ntwie nom ena omone mu nkurom fo no mu nsuo no. You guys cannot think say your numbers are too many and for that reason you can detect for the MPP. Dabi. So Afenyo is out. And if NDC wants to change the narrative there, they should come to the court and bring the evidence, or they should come to the court and admit, say, in fact, what Sammy Gyamfi said about Afenyo markins was a palpable lie.
I have every confidence that in the fullness of time, the court will make the appropriate determination on these matters. Mr. Speaker, I also await with bated breath that the men who made the allegation will have the courage to report the matter to the police or the OSP or any investigating agency in this country. And I expect that if they muster the courage to report that I have extorted from them and I am invited, I shall submit myself to every investigation so that eventually my name is cleared. There is, Mr. Speaker, there is a limit to political discourse. There are lines that must not be crossed. And these red lines, once crossed, they must be dealt with. Mr. Speaker, I can modestly and humbly say that I have served in this position with integrity. I came into this office a man of hard work with determination, and I have achieved for myself what I have to do for myself, my family, and my constituents. Mr. Speaker, I work with clear conscience and with fidelity to the responsibilities entrusted to me. I say so without more. Mr. Speaker, let me now turn to the issue of power in our country. Speaker, our nation was left in darkness. As if that was not enough, we must also draw the House's attention to the general state of power supply in our country. We ask that it be made a pivotal part of our deliberation this week. In the space of 1 month, Ghana has twice been plunged into total darkness. Gridco called it both times, quote, power system disturbances, end quote. The first was on the 29th of July. The second struck barely 3 weeks later at the dawn of 20th of August when a fault on the Akosombo water line tripped our generating units and left homes, hospitals, and businesses across this country without power for the better part of a day. Mr. Speaker, Ghanaians have received nothing beyond tear statements announcing the outage, and hours or days later, tear statement announcing its restoration. This was not the power sector Akufo-Addo and Bawumia government handed over in January 2025.
Yes, and Tisabusian Wutie Asema Afenyo markins Kenya. What he want to tell the Sammy Gyamfi and the NDC for now. Omonama Bontra Omoka and Sama Ensem Fatana will say he's ready to respond to any allegation. Now, and this for no mom ferry idea. Omogene say every Ghanaian is like their supporter. Me pese wunti a video way. Ti asembia Kevin Taylor eka edifa Afenyo markins. Kevin Taylor, and this is to tell you, say, what Sammy Gyamfi said, what LKG said about Afenyo markins, was totally an invented story. And to question you know, no there. A man for to not tough for every day. A man for doing kwasema. Yes, you know the only way any sort of media no so. Now the 6 million fools, because to them, it is easy for them to believe anything that is being said on the media if it is said by their people. Now, let's analyze this video. I remember watching with me. Analyze it to tell you how these people are dangerous, how they have this infantry to destroy the image of people for nothing, just to cover their manners, just to cover their dirtiness, just to cover their corrupt practices. Listen to this video.
Now, I'm sure this year. Afenyo marking after Parliament went on recess. Afenyo marking after Parliament went on recess. Afenyo marking approached Sammy Gyamfi that he needed 10 million Ghana cedis. That is about $1 million.
But you didn't hear, Paul. Sammy Gyamfi be yes allegation way. Now, I don't know why Ghanaians we allow ourselves to be fooled again by this and this before. Because anyabia question be me person me misane say. Enti ajapa book no. E wo hefa. Krofo we. But what me ye pa. Ajapa book no e wo he. Ajapa book na ya twere ochem hene dini ewom. Ajapa book na ya twere say MPP is selling all the Ghanaian properties across the country to the Achem Forum. Book no, and the question is, Entipa, now there was a book of this sort, and then this if for about power almost 2 years in your monfa MPP Nibiam Kujina court, say nka or tongue or manager party. So I mean, you know, you see, any pa unim na via. Yen so kania nko se kwa kohwe na ni manager. So obi oye on trofo. You don't have to waste your time to listen to the things that he says. Sammy Gyamfi and trofo. Sammy Gyamfi and kontomponi. Sammy Gyamfi is someone who can sit down and lie about people. No, I ain't name to say something no can no correct. So why at all should you have to take Nsema Sammy Gyamfi beka serious? Now, yentie kwasi ampanyi we so nsema oka no hoy. O say Afenyo markins. Eko Sammy Gyamfi o say o money 10 million Ghana cedis. Na onka nsem na onfa nsem na eba abontre no entie yentie.
And that ohia sa sikanu because they have seen a report World Bank, IMF release, and in the report, JC say Bank of Ghana Gold Board Aboka. So for him to go and calm his people in Parliament down, for him to go and talk to his 88 day in Parliament, Sammy Gyamfi needs to give him 10 million Ghana cedis. That is about $1 million.
And to kwasi ampanyi we say Afenyo markins and second report from the IMF no call Sammy Gyamfi say Sammy Gyamfi money 10 million Ghana cedis. Now omfa enye den enko kasantre ni MPs or more parliament. Now say the beya omon comment about the lost. How can you believe that? Say an opposition party will sell the possibility of calling for accountability of the sitting government. I able to me leading it to end power for 10 million Ghana cedis. One bodama kwa we yabo. One who bodama kwasi ampanyi we yotiwe wabo. Now let's keep on listening to the video.
Now, Afenyo marking. I can't say Sammy Gyamfi did not do it. One man is cannot. In fact, Sammy Gyamfi catched say if they have found something in the IMF report, they should go ahead and do their worst.
Okay, enti akwa we say Afenyo markins bi say sikano. Obviously, Sammy Gyamfi and farmer no, and also they should keep on and do whatever they want to do. Now the issue is IMF report to make me wasem bi say but Ghana mom ye huna manyo they say about we ekoto in 2024 mo wa ho the biggest mistake Ghana for ya no ya brabo mu nyina the biggest mistake because yakoto abama nkwasiafo bi no mo bra how our country was moving. We just needed Dr. Bawumia to come and continue for another 4 years. Your mind would have changed. Or mine, it could have changed. But we brought in this Nkwasiafo we are. Almost Bawumia so name faso. Dr. Bawumia nyewe. Dr. Bawumia ni muhe. Dr. Bawumia any plan of governance. But omuba and then omo catch and say they are running the economy. Amano you see can to economy only based on one policy Dr. Bawumia implemented, which is the domestic gold purchasing program. So I go board where you can want some Dr. Bawumia deal. But said you name any pan or chichiri or sanya easier for him. And this enka doctor nanka oto asuye ne juma and anka domestic gold purchases program no keep on with the focus and with the knowledge of Dr. Bawumia. Nkanya ne say na na ma ye boka 22 million. But listen to this fool. They are conducting themselves as if the gold board and the domestic gold purchase program no their initiative. Money policy. You don't know where people want to go. Jacob for the free SHA, free maternity care buy. Jacob for the national health insurance buy. Nanado Danko for the free education buy. So the even nationwide ambulance service buy. Mumisa Jomahama said, I didn't hear what bar more than 1.5 years. Ghana, my ye fire service problem, a very big problem. What is he thinking about? Can't he also do something? The fire service in the country now are more to me available and efficient when they are being called. They don't have the mind to think of the policies. Go directly into the doorsteps of every Ghanaian. They are thinking about themselves. There's something big. They are thinking exclusively about their personal interest. And a new money policies are Eden Kosobeba mo bibia mo atono, they don't care. And it's Kamahama ye intelligent nanko yobi or ye good government to nimu nyansa and fire service could have become one of the biggest achievement of John Mahama before 2028. but one say onam or safa ho sa and now so okaka sort to ha okotade we wo ha akoye we onam sa or safa ho sa na 2028 aba na wo firi akonya so na onye hwe na obebo Ghana for kakwa wabetwe Ghana for a development plan ekonachi about 20 years na people be atena pese mu misa mahama say adenti akofo ado ba ya odi free SHS ba ye odi one district one ambulance ba ye mane ye na ono abetena konwa so a onhu se fire service ye wo problem na omfa ne nancy from say ono so solve fire service problem in the country adwene ni nya juma. It is all about the octaves. Enti Jimmy Way aba bontene say enkwasi asem na ne nkrofo ni di no. He's coming to defend, and with the defense it actually doesn't make sense if you are actually an intelligent person.
Because to him the report does not emphatically state Waboka, and his books, which was audited by the Auditor General, does not show anywhere say Waboka 1.7 billion. So whatever he wants to do, he can go and do it. Now, Afenyo manki free Sammy Gyamfi na the Nsan Kasa Sikano. In the name say Obeji Sikano, Ako chairman and call for parliament, send a raise the issue. No, Afenyo mankin tried to go back to Bank of Ghana. And what he did was he also went to Bank of Ghana to tell them to give him money so that he can shut down or shut up his 88 MPPs, 87 MPs. They will not start anything, any kind of probe. They will.
And Jimmy will say, Sammy Gyamfi ama Afenyo markins sisika. Enti Afenyo markins try to go to Bank of Ghana. He tried though. Afenyo say Afenyo markins then went to Bank of Ghana to take money to go and shut down his MPs, 88 MPs in Parliament. Did he try or try saying Kobeko and answer Okoye? Where you want to say Numasem? Now listen to the most funniest part. The funniest part is coming.
Will not be heckling them about the report from IMF. He did not succeed at the Bank of Ghana. But somebody who is a businessman, an MPP businessman, who at the end of the day has interest in all this, gave Afenyo Markin that 10 million. That take it. If you did not get anything from Bank of Ghana and did not get anything from Sammy Gyamfi, take it and go shut up your people.
Enti hweo ti asemu ye MPP for kopesi kan firi NDC for mpanyimfo se da be yo monka boni omudi entre Ghana for NDC for na omo Sammy Gyamfi Gold Board any Bank of Ghana Dr. Siama omo amfa sika na ama Afenyo marking so but ya MPP ni bi ene di sika na ma Afenyo marking so omfa nko kan ya MPC no omo anu ntum bra who in his correct mind why na adwene mu da ho a why na adwene mu da ho a oye MPP ni a onu beti ni sika e de ama MP for say omunji sika no na emma omunka adwuma boni a Bank of Ghana ni Gold Board for eye who does that nani abro akoye kasa nso no ankwasiafo be say 2000 go ase ho mo hwe o aye binu ma comment o aye binu ma criticize Afenyo marking so but listen to the content in the content that this fool is creating. Temiyepa asemna ko we kan listen to it very carefully, analyze it. Who in his right mind MPP ni ben na adwene no eye adwuma onu mom take the responsibility say ono na di sika kwa koma MPP so more parliament say e more nka hwe emfa the Gold Board laws ho na adan wiase ye wo ye hohoro ye nsa efiri ya form ene kosoro anase ye hohoro ye nim edifiri soro na ba form. But the man is convinced. And people need to go to 10 million. The man Afenyo marking say, on Jim Fan Comani MPs, no, say, and more monk say in Parliament about the Gold Board lost. Me about a weak case. Ye yankwada. What kind of Nancy story is this one? Where your Nancy story? Pure Nancy story. In fact, if you look at his expressions, any kind of semna, you can actually see say there is no one can say connection among so or listen, let's keep on.
So Afenyo took the 10 million, went back, and he never gave any parliamentarian any money. The NPP minority, nobody can come out and say Afenyo gave them a cent. So do you know what happened? After he got that money and then kept the money, he realized that Sammy Gyamfi had disrespected him. He did not understand why.
And you said I'm betting me cover up say a man for MPs no binum soon to me can say there be a some now kwane canning and okre. Obiam for Sikamra and Jisicam for Bia. He is limiting it on Afenyo markins say Sikanum pona yedema Afenyo markins no. Afenyo markins. Wanko anko chisikana and Fabiama MPs no. Ntiha kwasi ampanyi way or ye juma mienu. The first thing I say he is holding young can say he is limiting the responsibility on Afenyo markins and kwa. Said the beya Afenyo markins into me dance a former woman can say yenji sikabiam free babia. Jemio. Second, he is inciting the MPs against Afenyo markins. Afenyo markins are kwako jisika one for one chefama wong. It's an incitement. Because you believe you say even the MPs have more to send this for no. And by saying Afenyo markins the one dia kwako jisikano, it will create confusion among the minority leader and minority members in the parliament. This is what this guy is doing. Very stupid.
A young man, people are speculating when Jessica or a God board CEO, why I say he didn't understand why Sammy Gyamfi said he was not going to give him that money. So Afenyo decided to blackmail Sammy Gyamfi. That was when he started telling them that he was going to come after Gold Board. So it was steady. In his presser, Afenyo never mentioned the Bank of Ghana because that MPP businessman who has interest in all this gave him money in the name of Bank of Ghana, which the governor does not even know. So Afenyo press conference now, he's not interested in the Bank of Ghana because how one way or the other, some businessman which I know gave him that money. That money in Saka and it's the Bank of Ghana for that amount. And my check shows he didn't get a dime from the Bank of Ghana.
Tiasemo. One cousin on Afenyo can score Bank of Ghana. So Kojiska. And on one farmer and MPP ni penny bijina Bank of Ghana naimu. MPP ni bin ma Afenyo can sikasa onje. Na a man before no enkasa. Say the always about the cancer. Sikano umpono Afenyo can say nimu say MPP no and then the bottom sikamano. Na mbomna Afenyo can say a Bank of Ghana and this is Sikanamano. Oh, look at how this guy is struggling to defend who? To defend such an arrogant person like Sammy Gyamfi. Young guy, young guy, we're disrespecting every Ghanaian. And this is the person that you're defending. Abuja, Gold Board on Semno. Yen Jamu ha, yen Jamu or China, yen Jamu or Chinachi. Until the reality comes up. Sammy Gyamfi must to go to the parliament, sit down and answer questions that will be thrown on him. As far as Onono feeling arrogant enough to come out and say, he is waiting for a parliament to call him to answer any question. That invitation should not and shall never be blocked by the majority. The majority should allow Sammy Gyamfi to go and sit in parliament and answer every question that will be thrown on him. Kromfo, wabo krono na yachew. Ebe fefe wano atete wano ede wuhu utunu munsema beku abontene. You will see how your dignity will reduce to shit. Dr. Bawumiano Nanado Noma Ucha wana dapadin trogu wosono. Enam senenye no kurentino. They still remain where and how they were. But who Krono awabontino. You do kojina parliament, you will lose even your job because the evidence will come out there. Saying na usura, mwasha asia, running around to avoid the invitation at the parliament. You will go there, Sammy Gyamfi. You will go there and you have to go there and answer all these questions. Now, Bushanfue, put him there. Akwa no. I think say karma is real. A dear friend, karma, it is very rare. And it is karma that is today dealing with Sammy Gyamfi because of the things that he said about big men, the lies that he portrayed against people, the unreality stories that he created against people, and especially the unnecessary attacks personally or the Kwamam so. That is the consequences that he's facing today. And he's going to face it until the kingdom come obi free baby ojina. Now free what? Then the reality will come because and now I can say the corruption allegations that is going on in the NDC government today, worse than the year in 2012. But just give time sometimes. But what tell me, just give time sometimes. Now, I have this video about Kwame Sifakai. When Sammy Gyamfi went out to insult him, Sammy Gyamfi went out there to insult him for nothing. And that time, Kwame Sifakai told Sammy Gyamfi, said, "You don't understand what you are doing. You are a child. You are a young man. Medina will say no. I hope so one day someone will do the same things for you." Or say Dimbone na o demenama will say me din chile no. Ochina bi afena wa sha ase a wo nyine. Obi beye obi a owure mfrida. You know what? The issue is say and some na Sammy Gyamfi ka fa Kwame Sifakai ho no. Na ye ntro. But yen some na ye kan and then the reality. A IMF document and a ye kan. And ye the mako trouble be a me ye. Now listen. I don't know why Ghanaians are not asking these questions. And so what I'm saying is the Auditor General, all the other institutions or more Ghana or mine do they want to tell me said none of them was able to come across the fact to say they were missing of these monies? Assembly who when it said and every institution is in their pocket, and what they want is what you will hear. And say I'm a Famabontra. You wanted to tell me say there is no an accountant in Ghana or the capacity to read the Bank of Ghana operations to come out with the clear numbers of loss and gain. That is what is happening here. This is what is very dangerous. Because there is no Auditor General could not even let people know say there was this loss at the Bank of Ghana. How possible? This is what Ghanaians should really worry about. Because the numbers that we have given these people in the parliament, it makes them feel that the country has been sold by them, to them. So they do whatever they want. But I want you people to listen to once Kwame Sifakai told Sammy Gyamfi, said, "Young boy, stop destroying names of people. Stop destroying the reputations of people. Because when it comes to you, the day that it will come to you, maybe it will be too late." Yenti video you ba na your consent for so.
borua studio ho se wo ba kokroko dwumade no so na so de fa na ni so no enkasa bi China ni anka bibi kura aye no na manebo no koso ekire mu emre bi atwamu yesi wo de di sefa kan atempa ni sense sefa kan say na onya sure se obetuma nya kokodro abo ewura studio ho se wo ba no show no so ni sense na no pa bra borua studio ho no no sefa kan kire se ni ho dwiri no
enta mi bisa opede wa
sa apumbo ko de
media me ho ye but wa man ye ha
Ghana nkomo ya na de adua
sa me nya nka woni dem ha
oh David Jama menkasa
many bresem
menkasa
David nya ya nka you are not on the show
menkasa
David ampa sempana me ka cho inti ya hawa nka free so
David Jama ampa Chairman Kukufu ne
untimi nko gina bebe enko twantro fa me ho
oh David
enni matem
Chairman nko me wo di abaha
you think I'm joking
Chairman wo yenye peace FM
David I also media agro David Sammy if you mean nia grossa you impugn my integrity you call me names you put it on social media uko radio soka na communicators the menam you who say we are wrong you didn't have the courtesy so you go back and correct it and you get up and sit on my show with maminka
Chairman
maminka say because me honestly I'm not happy you're here Chairman because you cannot come onto the same platform odidi matem and now they come you asem anya no kre come in ho he but odi menam and now communicators need the afa any edi matem o frame me catch you didn't bother to correct it and it's been going and I didn't any edi matem e come ho asem amenye he and wabetra on the same platform that you accuse them you used to do what to perpetrate fraud and hypocrisy.
Hey Chairman I think sir
Ana go fu my ebony.
No Chairman
no but catching
Chairman
the back to where he went.
The words I will use to name
one can say
things that all come.
One can hypocrisy
have never been my words.
One can hypocrisy.
You see, Chairman, to say the medical canon, we don't have to engage in this on this particular show.
That's why I'm surprised you're sitting here.
We're offended that I've already told you in a private conversation.
But I told you that don't tell me in private.
What's it?
You should have gone back to where you said.
You bet me this uncommon. I don't think so.
No, but
we should use this program to settle scores and all that.
Unfortunately for you, Sammy, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I'm not using my program to settle scores.
Okay.
What could go me hufi? What can some of them when you no credit? And our communicators, the men namin ye dimatem. I drew your attention to it. You did nothing about it. The only other opportunity I mean, me show. Since you even can go for you to come here and sit on this show, I am me and coming to me concerning the show. So I'm surprised how about Traha. You want to kind of like sweep it aside. Yes, but Obia Niha, Wakudi Matemo baby.
Oh.
Now what coming once a enye no credit. Now my catcher said,
Chairman.
Now my catcher said, no credit.
I can see, sir, you see, Chairman, you are my senior brother.
You called me and I told you, said, if, and I told you, said, go back to where you said it. And apologize for it.
No problem.
But why you also have a time to catch me say, I'm using my show to settle scores.
Yet, family
show settle scores.
Yet, once here, you're near watching you. We mean we are paying. I can see from the way you're talking, they say you're not happy.
I am not. And I don't want to hide it.
Very sorry for that. They were kind of at the Bay. Why? Mr.
Politicians.
Okay, yeah. And yes. So Sammy Gyamfi at that time he feels power will never come to him. But unfortunately, and rare. But this guy was around there insulting people and saying all manner of things against people without any evidence, just because he wanted to score a political power. And to Sammy Gyamfi, he's going to suffer in the hands of the youth. We will hold him accountable today, tomorrow, and the next tomorrow. And to congratulations to Afenyo markins for suing this stupid man. Said the Bayer or Chinabino obesua nyansa and say Afenyo 50 million no ompa odieje na bechiche ma MPP communicators ya wo social media so na yeso yenya bidi jisika na beche ma yenni yeto aso na yenko yanim for new matters me abadi mai say unyanti asia everyone in the country today is crying. And young people for the issue. There be a yana mimia Ivan Sankama or Kansembi or say MPP for no normally we are able to take care of ourselves. And Crofona want to mean taking care of themselves for NDC for. So if NDC is able to satisfy his supporters here, we the MPP too will be okay and we will not need anything from them. DNT America the same way. Could you imagine, say, the very people who stood on radios, on TVs, to do the massive campaign for the NDC are now outside there crying. Now, Yana say, what they are talking about, you know, and there will be answer about life and inshallah yenti video we necessary
for our economy market no almost is no. I don't know who is in charge. Was it Saturday? I'm Saturday na me say Busitano Ebeka say the secretariat no, they are not responsible because you see it doesn't make sense say ubu market here go say we see 24-hour market. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Clean up you see, we can't vote for a party. Now, party no are as will be a zombie, as will be a Jimmy. It's like when something is wrong, nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody is quiet. You know, be a bang, 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 bang. But definitely a better local government, I say, right? Okay, so let me give you a typical example. Our new over the weekend market, yeah, I think some people time no almost a chance so musi. So market in a week, just that a uncompleted market, but the structures are new. Now, Omako market negotiation baba be 24-hour market. I saw the video and I'm like, for real, does it make sense? Omo kofre MC ni baya MC ni so ono onim. Oh, adeni bi owa. To be honest, I don't know who is in charge. Ben bakrono onyu sunyansa kakra. Yes, there are yemfa baby to say Agbogloshi. Agbogloshi ewo ye capital city. Central business town here facelift. And baby to say Agbogloshi. Near see about modernizing no. I'm baby to say, baby to say, Kumasi KJT. I'm all for it. What you say? In any case, but me asking a toilet no kusino. Now saying this is one see toilets into so umbesi marketer. Ewa bublusia. Fine, but so could do a municipal district baby. Now MPPSC market dada. And also almost a project be as omo nyi. Na wako buogu say oh baba besi market. What about that man now wajimi? Kwame ntimu mu say almost say adia minim ni pakra o yes adian. I don't know the person behind this stupidity. What to market? What bu market negu? Oh besi market. Now I mean no for no granting what Jimmy now what papa video was into what Jimmy and Kaun say
Tio and Conofo ya so the way campaign the demand this from Barry Neil. Listen to what this guy is saying. These are the rare people who campaign seriously. Conofo na campaign ni kura won. These guys were the leaders of the campaign. They are crying. I say, "Oh my, me wo kura amon no for kura ube jibu say." Even Sankara me am wakwa ba yepa. Mama am me wakwa ba yepa. Osinti say wo maame wo wamma wo no for kura no ma wadwene da utimbe yankwase adwene te say de etie. It's a question to answer.
I know. I don't think it's right. And so authorities need to hear when you see it doesn't mean you can do whatever you want and walk away free. I mean, it doesn't make sense. And to say we use this microphone to push an agenda. The agenda should be positive agenda. Negatives, we don't want it. No, we don't need it. So what do a krobisuna say be a market anywhere? Nasa will say usi market, and I say be a market in the old market. They don't have toilets, blah blah blah. Yes, Yanidia, we agree. You modernize it. We agree. Tafo, I think 2015, President Mahama OCB Okumase Tafo. Then Emza Kwada so then Aswase. Yes, I agree. But hey, Mikobu marketer Okoya no MPP for SCBA. Sikana de kosi 24 hour no. Twaso ne wie. Ghana for Japade. You can even expand it. Oh, but you see Kwame, you know, krono nti obebu the MPP no egu form. No, or the budget say we're discussing about 24-hour market. No, we're oh, Jimmy Chrono Fasobia ni so. Kasi asema kwa Jimmy Chrono Fasobia ni so. So kwa an MPP ayebi nesu na leave it. Let it. I mean, complete it. We nanya fine. Governance a continuation. Oba na umese obi said the oya na ye don't come and destroy it. Don't destroy it. Oh yes, yenu benya problem. I'm telling you, oh yes, yenu benya problem. Ye person mbu man in such a way that ye nchirima beba no ye benya good story akachire omo. Ye mben kwasi asem. And somebody should talk to somebody. Minim ni pakura oh yes no. Somebody should talk to somebody. These are Obi anti ase.
Aba miesta so usre. Woni me na esra na me boa. Microphone omo ho Evans. Omo ho. Entokwa na ekoso me say power the power is destroying Kwasiafo and they are exposing themselves. Bobby Ansapa na ekasa yo. This guy is the person talking, and this need journalist kasiye. We know the Captain Smart and then I'm not mudi nkwasem. Na mo kan kwasem for MPP aban ho. Another danko Kufuado ho, Ochre Gabi Ochre da ko ho, Asanti Bedia tuo, Dr. Bawumia, Melako Saboaje, Kenoforiata, and all the people, the big men. When we know Mudin Crofwateme a big campaign for the NDC, but today look at what is happening. Omoanka say soon, and yet Tokromo, on national radio. Do you know the meaning? Actually, say, so tie upon Trenia or day or war. Because we're a home fight. Say the first issue, and Kaonubo be answer we have talked about it in private. But in some question door, mama, he can no longer keep it. So he must to come out and cry out. When the child say the resetting agenda now, yes, we are resetting actually. I mean, downgrading the progress of the country. How can you go and destroy a market here? A well built, you can say a good structure. Any house how can you go there and say me baby buagu? I just saw you see in the best 5 years ago, and I be 3 years ago. Utumi ko jina ho se uko buagu akwa kosi foforo with the taxpayers money. Na ye to abayi mu se momedi anim ana se eye mu fie akonwa bi na ato. Jimmy na dokora manfo tim. Na wo bobi ansa wonya huhwe. Ghanaian politics has tended to be said it is about personal score. The obenya die. The beba bottom. And that is what Ghanaians does. Ghana knew about this all politics are same bebre no about 90% of them. It is not about the interest of the country. It is about why ne beba or no personally ye be money sikamanadi. A business aqua way. Because you Bobby answer, you knew say Mahama is an incompetent person. You Bobby answer, you knew say Mahama don't know how to manage power. Bra, power you managing is easy. You knew, but you went ahead to campaign for him to come and destroy the motherland. And you are there now crying. More things are happening and more things will come to you. And we would like you to come and respond. So we came now you corner your samba BMA. Then you people will learn sense. Journalism for no musu. Journalism for no. And Crofona or Motransi a campaign detailed another Danko Kufuado. Journalists, no. A Brumo hire more appointment, you don't know or more come 1 or 2. But you won't crofo more year campaign is serious part the major Mahama and no Motia Bontra Musu. Listen to Nana Jantua. Listen.
No quaffo. It is our pay, and your support. No, Yamen Kwan and quaffo. It is our pay, and your support no, any year. And Casadruno, Asheta Amagana Yason Faswa, but ye enfino, ye gua Jumano. Nano me catch us a mia mimitie, me business partner, me consort to mano. Me business partner, me consort to mano. Our ye fertilizer Juma, our no ankasa, na Juma na oye, and no sika no retire, and no de over $5 million. Aqua fertilizer industry mu, Afenyo 400, Ebia no pa enyumre, we are buying a quotam, MPP are buying tambi, NDC are buying tambi, yenchia ni kampanye problem. Se si akra ya se gu Juma nama, se si ameka say, me papa ne tifie, me businessman now, Afenyo 400 no, where you are munina di, akanipa miensa, factory no for 1 year, almost 8 months ni aban we buy ya tum ama just me kwa na makoma ya me ya hwe ye kan si a wonti ase meni ya na brand me ka wonti ase e bin kan woda adwuma fa nipa 400 asa 400 no ebi wo yire ebi wo ma ebi wo abusia enti sa sika ne se etuo mu ka bosom ya o mu benya so mfaso no NDC and the NDC say adwuma ne se se akai aban de ne sa to so ana papa na ebre na me mpese me body because wa catch him say na me to me boase eya me ya because 400
Hey, Ghana your comic country. Would you agro best rema about this away? And I jump to also say, dear Nancy, I was young for more fear there. I was young for more. Mumisa kwasi ampanyin Jan to say, what has happened? Then what is mean? Usu, hey, agenda 111. Agenda 1 job 3 shifts. Agenda ya titi beko juma Captain Smart beko na Sammy Gyamfi ko. Agenda 3 shifts. Hey, and then the factories na mungu no. Mo aso na mo ye campaign de tia na nado dam kwa Kufuado na MPP abayo. Mo ankrofo we ujimi wura we auto a wo kasai. Mo na mo tran ase ye nkwasia campaign. Editi abanya oba ya ono na man sika ma wadamfo na wo ka na asem no. Otimi building the factory na ye for fertilizer. Ye nem nipa kura wo ka na asem. That person benefited from the 1 district, 1 factory policy, no, or benefitive under another than Kufuado na Breso. We are business partner with that person. You benefited from that. But enkwasya semne enkwasya keka any pressure be amu pese mo mfama media no suntino. You sat down there like a stupid man campaigning against the MPP government. And now bet na sisu unyanhuhwe Jimmy unyanhuhwe meso yadan Wunyan huwe. Afena wusu. Me say you don't know what is coming to you. Se wunim de eba enka wadwan free station out ho. Jomahama obechro fon oye oba so di agro obeche wawe. Na so wadaje. You so wadaje. Me say even the common electricity, papa didn't mean so prime amamfo nya bimfa enyo bonyuma. Na panini to say wosu ye PhD holder. Jimmy, wosu wunim all systems of governance. Wosu wunim all effective manner of governance. Wosu no ye PhD holder, the biggest intelligent journalist in the country. You didn't know that the campaign that you were doing, the people that you were supporting, and Crofona who promote to almost all media my name, who see him so no more competent, no more incompetent. And I jantua. I mean, name the what is the name that and I jantua? They are all evils. Abron Samfo pa, Abron Samfo dini, and then I jantua. Any people was there for a jantua be a bronsam. Men are make catch it up. Very evil, idiot and stupid. We young kwasia campaign sandana wani. Ebe suchire ye. Jack, kwana one wo jo mahama na nko kasa. Free appear stadium manema another $1,000. Wodam for kwasia paper before kwara me nkomani. Now, Abuja, do you all remember the issue about Ghana card? Ghana card. But I'm not ye promote to Ghana card. Say Ghana card ya the part. It will solve problems. The opposition party then, led by John Delegat Dramani Mahama Babontembe can say Ghana card no. Ehun ya. Ye ni ye we. Eso nemfaso. Abusia. Video here my last video. We are not beautiful lights na too. And then NDC. Sika omoji free Ghana card ho oti ebebo wodam ade ayeye make sure say be obi abetwere ne din na yenya nwieye I was say making it affordable say Ghana fo nyina betumi register obo ho na yetumi enya data of Ghanaian citizens ajimi fo we by ya. They are coming to us. Omo be real sika free Ghana for bottom. Me already video me na be phone last na to. Me nya se bia kan.
Ihuna manne. O me
for the edu kan ya emi famfam. Ene. O Ghana card. So many ses obof. Hey. O Ghana card wo bia ye no. So many se obof. Okay. Ene o Ghana card ira na akotwa bia 7 million. Yeah. And news. Uganda card the ayana wukochana eye 7 million. My goodness. Sikada dem. Ene sikafu frame 700 Ghana cedis. Safe na wukochana for fra 600 Ghana cedis. 6 million. Ti ebe kokochana 600. Se bia enfumso bia about card ne so. Ana ebi kwa wakoware. Ukundin abeso so. Eti ukodidin akoka ho a 600 cedis. Hey, eti dia duro no Ghana card no. Na me eyama were ho because ye maame nom ne ye omo ye boja omo na omo de na ebetimi ayira because omo ma ebobo omo ntuma no ne niam ti maame a oti fom ho a o boaboa mokono sa 700 na wo se ne Ghana card ayira nti o metua na ma ne foforo okofa no we ade bi de ye betum kura enye moderate kakra me se ayira na ye pages kanim no yes first no say ye de makwa say ne anyi sika na no de Ghana no ade bi agi ne free bi ayere so yi no kwasem won say ye free ti on hweso ye e ba akoyera no asa begiro ho eti eniema na mudi twa no ye nim sa ne board eti sa no kwangira mo bagi bi kakra ade ben a dear bank, Ghana card, I am 700 cedis. It is coming 7 million a day. Me ye be done a fena me 600. A DB was why I am from Swami Pesam correcting 600. Me who knew so no some boadia. A general beer. Could 10 year. Nigeria. Because why now was a million dawa? What Radin and Copa? But for boy, or may I appear, Malady, about 2 or now Yako, a member binum, Malady.
So what the year pa? Hey, already a propaganda for what do you want, bro? And people for a uncle to have a more bro. What in the year? Ghana card and I say who here. A soon name fast. What are you going to do with Ghana card? Digital, yeah, they call here pedocron and China Maui. And then Ghana card, and I'm 7 million, 6 million, 5 million. Now, I say the arrogance of Fawe Kumkro way. She said, and this is all of themselves say, because of the majority be of Mwenyan to the things Ghana and your Mudio. And think Kwasha Samnon Kwa. She said, Mudim Kwasha Samna to the point even the sitting president and Kasi Dim Kwasem. I wish ya the sitting president himself, or ye exaggerated. Now, is not connecting on himself to me in Russian. I am only a Guambab and Crossing and Tokwa. The Antokwa Nancy. I will share video where last video, 2 minutes video. You will pen my beer for nice not. Ninjan said, John Mahama June said, Ghana Yane dear to the point to say, he don't even want to respect the laws. Ninjan say, yes, or no timid says in a busa were appointing new majority leader. Where you home match? Home match, then they say, Speaker Gwambabin said, Mahama is nobody to appoint himself a majority leader. And your parliament now will say, I appointed. Hey, but me both video we are making carry no beautiful last or two for now watch our meeting. And Mr. Bafwe higher Rush Media GH on YouTube, Facebook, and on TikTok. I feel and about like a video, no buy and swatch. You can like, share the video, subscribe, and become part of Rush Media group. Now you know you're here, Juba. Me say power is fighting them in party internal issues. And then Agwababi na dwa wakabi achire Mahama. Yenti a video we are no be full lies not 2 minutes. Who to me friend now so watch the wadre.
A communication says acting because the president has no authority to communicate the change of the leadership of the House to the Speaker. And so it was actually done in error. This matter has come before the House a number of times. As a result, even in our current standing orders, we had to define the two terms, majority leader and minority leader. And clearly, majority leader, by our standing orders, says majority leader means a member of parliament designated by the majority caucus as their leader in the House. And as you know, the practice is that the party, under the hand of the General Secretary of the party, communicates that decision of the party to the Speaker. That is what has happened so far. And because of earlier disagreements, we had to relook at it, and we all came out of this definition, which is captured in the standing orders. I want to clarify this. So the procedure today may look different. That is why you still see the majority leader is still on his seat, because he's still the majority leader until otherwise communicated by the party and then decided by the caucus, and the information passed on, then you have the usual cases that we done on the floor.
And the Sautian year, the Queen and Sarah Mahama gonna say money and idea. So you don't want to go even through according to the rules and order in Parliament. It took the Speaker of Parliament to say, Mahama, you are nobody to appoint who should be the leader. Hey, Abusha, my beautiful life not to me for now. I shall have Mediana, Ras Media GH on YouTube and Facebook and on TikTok. Like if you don't subscribe, I can't Abusha Kuno. Mesle wa say like video no mama pa hu hia me pa share ka ho mama nso no na video no ntimi nko na nim mesle say obefra bomaden so obefra ntem enye sa wa hwe ya na ye ntumi amfa wo call because ya trance ache kakra ntimi sa wa ye wa dwen so obefra bia no bomaden na friend tentem ya na ye ntumi emfa wo course ntimi me mama hu some 2 minutes ya hwe meanwhile no yentie video we a rare description of who Sammy Gyamfi is.
Say come back. Say good board say why. Em say baby I do it na ya nya agya tum say e ka wo. E ka kese pa wo ho. We share International Monetary Fund report by ya. We say e ka no be 1.4 billion. About beto man so from gold operations. Gold na the stock currency no cedi no. Any gold na the eto reserves no. So gold operations in ya. I'm say car about 1.4 billion.
Hello.
7.5.
Pacho
7.
1.7.
I'm here to say
7 billion.
Hello.
Hello, mama.
300 credit so.
Papa, so be chia obia.
Abusiamfo nyina
Mo kodo Ghana de oyasem. Na da meka we nyina la da ho. Na Sammy Gyamfi mpada wo beka.
Dabi.
Nda de we hu da sa asem e ka asem fo bi no a oye yaw.
Yaw.
Ma Afenyo reken ono de oye no kwansem trodo a echinje biara enyi ho biara na enyi otuai. Wodi abekeka to na na do ba omi ayi ne jawi ni de na no kwa biara ambem o sa da woto abewie no mara ma asan mo echi ama me ehu dai ensama mo ka fa wo hu nyina onye no kwar wodi a wo kan oye no kwar o wu efu ya de yami ase de Afenyo we to the man amon o da che da mo frɛ bi ama o chena wo hwe ne ye ya we hu ne ye ofu da fantin ye be ka kire da abofra ba no dokon wo twa kire wo manala nkasa nkotwa
absolutely.
Wo twachira nda dam na wo de twa dam na wo de ti nti damara na papa no wa ye no za ma ho na mo to be bi o ye won po de nda bibia wo be ye biara won fro biara menyim de was council of state wo ho mpanyimfo wo ho a wonye no dwen nda bibia ya papa no be ye o ye nda ti da na ani fie egwa na no wa ye nda na ani fie asem na even ato so ye webusu asem po a webusu panyin wo ho anye no betana ase adwen na de peda ye me busuan aye dam say ya man Ghana aye free port Ghana says ya were running as free port obi am ope biara no reyen dama nkodo yi na Ghana card wo sha star ware ye mubo tutu card ho hia ba omi akaka de Ghana card no bu be hia chan interchange ya NPP fu mpo bi no antase NDC fu de on wo share ye wo de chiman enda oba de na mu hu ya ade ode be ye omon mo to mo da jiska o sa de ska no mo edi ma asanti kwanya mo na mbro benye ska no mo da ye bibi nkakrakra ana mo benye bi mo edi na mo ye nche o ye hu ye wonwa nche onya hwe at least so bi wa agi no wentum ahwe hu ye no ba no ba di bi mpo na 100 Ghana bi na mo ba gi no bi ore ba fufu 200 pa na nche ye hu no bi ona no tie kura so obra ni we di ato no kokontwa ne kaw ato ru tua ne kaw teacher no ye adwuma na so ye adwuma obaye den wanye sika na sane card na ayu pa wa san wa abogwa abaye ne ba so rutu school fees nyada ne ba school fees na achiament the miska na odo no ye bi no fa ma ye Ghana card mama ma jo ma rekonda aye yawo mo jo ma rekonda aye yawo me sese ma na ewu na wala ndi sifumpo mo sha acha na memu funa one year campaign na na jan to it wo ruso e wo hwe ewo she kama na wa aba no wa abɔhye mo wa si putia na mo yɛ campaign ya yaw kasa tia na nado na wo mpoja na aba abɔtu wanyim today e pa na nado chow na me hira wa dama de mpa yɛ ɔno nkoti mpo ema ye hu den sese ne kan ne hu no kwa ne hu ya benyame accident am ɔrekɔdo no Ghana for wo den wo bue wa na sese bue wa no so na rekara wɔre chiwi no wo bɛyɛ den po wa aka ekɔ demonstration a wɔtaw esi ehwɛm nurses a wɔkɔ demonstration hwɛm esi me police fo yɛ wɔn yɛn na yɛ tena ane yɛ ahwɛ me na ewie obesi owura medase bye bye
medase bebre wa me nyame nka wo ho yes ye maame ama na yɛte ne nka ɔno nso de ne de aba kama ama yate ya ho ase abusua enema na ekoso wo manum ne se mo se mo nka anya sofofo ayira CSOs fo ayira omo so omo ye teacher fo akrache fo nimde fo omo nyina vanish from the system. What is going on? Asem sebe yemfre maame yesterday because I think that there is no other cause. Yemfre maame yesterday na so yintie maame yesterday so na numa asem. Mami Esther. Yeah, mo mami. What is it?
Yes, I do more.
Oh, and then my shame dofo.
But you won't catch it.
Easy. Me asa me to catch it pa. Ejaya na mo di ache ye. Nye bibia na this time summertime na ma. Brand ne time ni nyuma sem na ye bibia ho. But I think say we almost getting to end, you know. E better about why.
Na branch ne wutenenka.
Abranto ne nemete ne nka ene. Ne ho ye pa.
Ne ho ye ka.
Oh, ne ho ye pa. No kura bo se wa free o se o cheo. Yeah.
Na die nti no omba I ka wo be ye show ache.
We e bia na ene no aba. Yeah, but can say obeba. So I think say maybe yeah.
E chia wa tie fo me samafo.
Abusiamfo nyina.
Mami amadie na mama menka ho kakra. Mami ame. Woman dear, woman no more pursue people who no more cow. And this for a pair a dear a pen. They used to call. Would you show one cast life? Show one brabo. Let's show one movie. Be a chef. And you a dear or muye, Nyasaben, you won't free say. What by a president to be I dear SO? Would you also best send? Na kawo de office said the president ni ye enye ma ekroma fo na nka fa no ye bibi na ana toaso na fa bi kan si ya tumi sapna ana me boa me sama
o bebe ko tumi sapna man ye
na wo de wo ba ye no si wo buagu wo said de ni predecessor no aye na wakwa wo dwini nyina toagu na hu wo ba ni mu a me sama fo ye no mtramo
ye secretary
yes, secretary. Who were Benima, yes, secretary. Eti Bobby answer. Edia walk can, Mammy, I'm a woman, the Jawa, Mutiman, Fawudi, and Sonami Bobby answer, dear. Bobby answer, Diana, or 2 hours can Bobby and say, who now can find it in the buy?
Yeah.
Eti Judge Miano. A woo, and a woo good and not doing a buying who fee. And a mock of fan or set or by idea. Yes, you be so swat, Kayama. Mahama no waba, Mohuna bang, most pussy or the dear or yet or just come up be a dippy. Sika yon to me fancy or mine. Na ye be chama or quadrini edian, Bobiansa, who free say a fair. Now one casasu so free swa, what's up what naso, Wako catch and say, or your shit hole. The see at the walk kind, who person would tell Mahama is a shit hole.
Yes.
Because who free said your oil and your quasiasam, say it loud. And some pim and you would kiss us on so I want it. One pim anyhow. Spit it out, some Mahama, we a shit hole. Your way and you so what you say? Because she can't what the talkers at the map. Sini chum for and what talkers at the mawam. Sini chum for the bit too much sukula go the mono, or bit to say Christiana Winnie. I bet na what said, school who need for swap. And then Christian, I want to come back and say that stupid thing now. Who what my station become maybe a job. Brother Becca, say school who need for swap. Mahama son the Kama near Diana Nado, excellency at the Mawomo. And then Sa Kama Diano, want to me for be ma and Granis is here. And I'm a woman,
baby, I'm not for you, and now my photo, and I'm more school.
So what you say? Mukonko, ever so much. Me say, you fabricated by a Brotena snap, Papa. Me say, more support to ma and people call position. Me say, you didn't pentu pa, and you could share, you did try ever go junction to junction, a tiffin and a for a toya a prayer. You go Pumunia. Especially MPP for na ya to abadia ma mama me fa wo start na me ba fa no ma twen asafo mama me fa wo start me pesa me catch na mo say mo ya to aba ma mo currently wo MPP mo no so obia ko ton MPP di ma NDC a me ba o me ba mo ba ntie e ma ntu obia ya to aba ma no ba bia wo wini aba ni bia no ye say ye beto snap mpentu akasie ya de beko atifi anafo atoye apoye ni ya bepa ya toas ni ya tutu nsanago ni ya kacha mu se woni a obeton MPP diama NDC piano ye bomunua because enne chama wuntumi di ni tie twaso mo na mo wo chama wuntumi mo nyina mo kam ya bi twa mo nyina mo ka so what you say etinu esesia position MPP wo mo no mo na mo koton wo mo na mo di ma NDC eti sama be hold position bi mu wo MPP mo a beware of yourself because mo di nkwasiasam mo di mo asam MPP fo mo na me mu ka so mo ya to ba ma mo currently no mo ko MPP ejira ba bi enya mo ko fo mo mra power na se mo nim na mo ma NDC discover that ma wo ka wo say asana MPP ebe saba ba mu ne wawu ne ye do ma asa dase aka mu ye do wo yire ne wo ma ne wo pusu nyina be dase wonim sa dia mu nsum MPP no kuram sa ankoyi na ankoyi MPP na kasa be hu se ko na ankoyi because ekwanya Muhammad Ghana fo na so no we not gonna accept it abababi wusu papa abambaben wusu ekwanya wudi na nado aban fa so wu pede na aka sa wo ye second no so wo so ye do no ye third otumi to aban no na kai
so ye third
papa pebebi tina wai pebebi tina munyina mo ka ho e no ma na sini trase wonim se o president na mo de ne ba no onim try ye dipu mai e so mo say because obete tisika mo modi muna munnim kwa ontete ma mo kura muna munnim sa de mo sabotage system no mo wie sika wo so what you say mo bro ya papa kan ofori ya mo akwa ba na ma fa papa we ya fa mama mahama onya kan ofori ata sa finance minister gonde
yeah
e kan se na ban ya prokase nkunu moto we e ko ah and se na ban aye kuru ha se toza fini banko ye dia to moto we so a ebra ne ko tema abo ye busamo sama hu me sehwe kama ena me sama fuka kama is a bitch
yeah
kama he we live in the secular for ni bia ada samu be ye bia no kan hu so obedi so akatua kan hu so obedi so akatua ni ye ba ye papa Afenyo markins so dia waya no waya dia papa se oman tumi endia sam no so omo de resia no omo na omo kuta judicially no wo Ghana sesia omo abupo ne se kontomo a eto atwi wuni mu na opensu ya support no omo abupo ahye omo nsem ne pese ya kire papa Afenyo say so omo andia on kama sam on tebra sam no ko international nko kodi on tebra sam no so omo gunugu fi on fa ko international no nko kodi because enough is now. Who is Sammy Gyamfi? Sammy Gyamfi real school as a lawyer no. Ajuma be no waye. Ajuma be na otumi nya sika free mu over about 10 billion kura Canada. O me kam yentie. Ye busamo. Wo mu nyina mu me kam yentie. Na mu MPP so amanko to aba no so mahunu wo bi fo sa na wa hwe de so mahunu ekwan ya de mo nam so ni 6 million kakra na onya na kakra bi beto so wo hu so odidi nkwasi asem mo hu sa NDC edi nkwasi asem hwe sika ya hwere no gold board mu no etumi to agenda 111 so mebo a
yes
etumi ya ekwan ya ekuma manfo ewo Ghana entumi nye etumi ya construct ekwan bebre ahimfo mo mususo mahama so onyame na atwia moka onyame wo twia moka no de nsesa ne bebre me nsoso adan na mutena fie ema nkora we nanka ne ebusa matumi akasa ye nkora na we wo we nanka ne bi what you say na sorry for man so a mo Duncan Williams no mo ne ye so obi de agena sale ne ayi ya kan sai mo ano wo mo maka ne ye so obi de Lawrence Tete ani ayi winga mo kodi wo mochi wo mo kasa go masum sama mo nkoto aba excuse me bi busa wo usum wingam what na wingam asori dem agena sale asori dem Lawrence Tete asori dem ayi ba ko ye obom or the frog band or the
Duncan Williams
what now mo na sia mo ma ye atwa ma politician ma omo dia beti ditumi God board asem ye obeka se mo mpaye Duncan Williams ye bisaw papa what me afre Mahama tena waka to me nka because who did do wafum hwe wafu ye se ayi kwaye bi ankuredi mu agro utia ye pafo se prekwa ye de ababo ne ko aji ye bisaw so what me na do aban na mo pese na do aban free so MPP eso ma me kanche wo Duncan Williams say Nanado was able with MPP aban to me service sum and grant over 3 million school free o man ko babusia what buy on to me kura nyes country what kasika on to me teacher for any necessary for on to me nyes kan fa ma wo monim was shame on you people nyame wo betwa mo kamese mo wo dia mo ntena ho masefo nyina no mo mu dia de beye wo mo because amusemo magana enko nanim a emma enchirma menya so mfaso a mususu mo masefo no wo mu nya so mfaso e wo Ghana mo ye muo bi na mo kukrom ho wate mo ye muan hwe na mo kukrom ho ma who is Mahama ye busamo Mahama wo ye hwan obeye Mahama da ben Mahama obeye Mahama da ben masu sonu so o ton Ghana opesu mo save bia e ka wa brugo but you people are watching this nonsense some person enkoso ye busamo are you a preacher or are you a messenger of Christ ye busamo is that what God teach you to teach the others musori amusumu do bi ko heaven why na mo de ne ko heaven what we fear kra what to me do bi ko heaven what to me committed in a crab akwa nyakopon you sell your soul for money etumu edu se be to ba na mo boaboa sorry for mano na mo kansam fo kiro mo se man ko to ba ma wo beboa nyame betua mu nyina mo ka onyame bebusa mo Duncan Williams mo enko no nyame bebusa mo nyina wo na mo de mo ntena ho samo se mo ma alaji Dr. Mahmoud ba o nyame ye president a ye si ye ba ye kuta ye samo se mo ayi mu luminati na mo sonso mo bu do ye nhwe ho ye ba bru mu ye wie so a ne ya kache mo luminati ne se wo mo ye tu mu puri kra ye so kwasiafo esamafu ma menya
da semane nyame nka ho
Okaso.
Ya maame Esther na yete ne nka na busianfo fi ayehye and the fire brand wabem ai obeja bi agum abusia said ya na ye befre ye maame ya frem poma but meso se o hwe video na ba madana like video na share maame na ye nko yanim ye frɛ ye next caller na eno so ya je na nu masem
Wow, Tamafo.
Mamma from Poma,
And whether the chair knew a tear for you, and I'm a strong for sharing.
Juma Simbinum ne Abusia Sem and Yezo, and someone. It drew someone and if I yen simple, na yen simple. Kranum go school, you know. I am now duty not
oh, Mamma,
your mamma quite, yeah.
I don't say I was your phone and I went there.
Yankopanadum, I'm ordering from the BPI possible.
I tell for your chairman, that I was near that. I do my farm go so I'm all down. When the Mamma do my MPP, and I says, yeah, you hear more, the Ghana, you hear more.
The other say you be a bayer, the other say you be a bayer, yes.
It's a Ghana, I saw you see, you hear more, and you may Sammy Gyamfi. Sammy Gyamfi, where you call Bonnie and Casanka. 35 years or so, say. I'm 35 for crowing. What to me, one of them is what I joined a year. Mama, the Mama, what I cry. Sammy Gyamfi a criminal, when you're real casta. When you're comforted, Chiamwa. I was Sammy Gyamfi was a cadi. The banner was a cadi. Nasi who ya I'm say, eh, akwa broke Ghana.
You can see.
I'm say Sammy broke Ghana. Ay,
yet and trente.
Akwa one no much chidia.
Dabi.
Ay, what no bon kon or watch it chidia bon kon nyina ka ho. Eh. Akwa se me cash. That for. You see can no cash no. And go back and get it the room. 24-hour economy the room. Eh, I am pointing now. What's over Tama? Teacher for no now with the Aja Diana Colana, Ninga Kaka. I was this a winning. Namunim, number 2 abandonment. And this year, much of money I catch almost a month's farm bag and I'm on professor money at town. Sammy Gyamfi wa boy am ya ton my no yeah urade Sammy wa kun yen oh na say Sammy na ya boa mama bana wo so abeboa mama mo abeton Ghana na me be tua wo kawate Sammy Gyamfi na me be tua wo kanu de se sana ma wasefo ai akora no we no matra sa no Sammy Gyamfi with this sika yet dead. Mr. Mafo, what this sika here?
Aye.
Now was sika there. Sammy Gyamfi am behind say enquire the Ghana. Sammy Gyamfi no kwa say why the fucking. Ah, Sammy. Never consequence dey go face you.
Baby kwa.
What's Afenyo dey? Afenyo be face sika wo ho. I say we do it in a court. Sammy ko you no. Ya kana ni ya do be court international court. Ya do be the head. Why? Sagana ya kana ni ya the first one na ni ya do be fa form. We are collab one Gyamfi. O say na me atua waka. Nansesa no de ba ma woni wasefo nyina izo nkola wo ba wo mo na na kan so nyina on benya sesa ne bi wo wodi na na do atam family and friends ya lutu Ghana ya to Ghana di wo wodi ya na na do no sa wo do nsa ba ko kire obi so a ena na aka ne nyina e be hwe wo so ene wa hu awie ye eto a wo twia ye twa to ba wo mi ayire so ni la Krista ba kon ni make us ne gumu ene Sammy Gyamfi so ho ena wo ya ka wasama na ya oya wo kura de nsama ya kan nyina ewom ya ebia ni ho ya lie ebia ni ho a ya tro God is can Sammy Gyamfi ebisa wa hin Afenyo nyanya bia no ya duma wa yi IMF
Baumia, one woman I had Juma. Afenyo, one woman I had Juma. Nanadu, one woman I had Juma. Hey, Sammy Gyamfi, I can't tell. I am a foreigner. What was it so many abre? What's our crab woman? Master, so one more shady any ye, woman checking ye, woman training ye. I call out when it's an oh. Say, Miss, be about show is running abasa. Yeah. You're about show from. One could get to suit to our shakurano, to reach ya and myself and parliament war, to reach ya woman cut 10 years. We still to affect Afenyo at the Mawa. Ya with the shakra, may bet me a chiomukakra 10 years. We are wine. We are wine, Titanata Tiapansam, and I don't mama, Ghana for your boy a true son. That's why Bama don't mama. Man, who would walk to good board, Nane, would the cabin some dictionary Ghana. You know, the son, I miss Sammy Gyamfi. I find our bed shows Rani Abasa. I found a market of one brand or cry now. Him. Well, now, him. You want Sammy Gyamfi, Tiramia Juma, why in the Ghana? Tiramia Juma, who Sammy Gyamfi, why in the Ghana, or your woman, do you say? Why are you mother? Ghana, your tax money, and I would be. Now, maybe you so crata, what's Sammy Gyamfi? Now, me will bet you, can watch you, can watch you, and watch you beam. We are called one edo. A truck is here. Which I what's in Nanado? Nanado, as a specific cadi, ama Nabushia. Nanado, will two Ghana Sicadi man Nabushia. Shakwaya Mode a give fast. Papa could have friend saying, you papa, ask papa. Oh, Nanadu, Ninian. Oh, for Riata, yes. Shapaya would do for Riata pass. Papa will bet to me, I will Sammy Gyamfi, Nana Crano by the pay. Much papa is Rania Basasso, Abra Papa wouldn't be Ghana Capre. And as of a form was sham come say, Namina did your man message Nakuma Panamo. Moon drives and Namunsun. Once and a mere gum anymore say. Now, we cried you just offer your shana mammy, go feel where you go feel drew. Yeah. Go feel drew, don't call your shana mammy. Now, me say, Jimmy, now, the message Jimmy, go feel drew, always saw Bible, no go anymore. Bible, no, so one kind of yen, the Bible, Nakas, I suppose soon. When you know good anymore, say, and you could feel good, pray, and I meant one can. Okay, if I'm a son of Pakra, won't flee to him, says a mental one can. What was I mean? Namia go anymore, say. Well, be all calm when you find another who be an Obenian Akachia, and a Ghana's of a former him. Ghana's of a former him. One year, Mamma, yodium, kind some cashier, good Baumiaso. Baumia, say, Baumia, say. And the Mamu Ghana, the Amodeaco, and the Acomaniso. And the Ghana, Yanni Russia for pay. Yanni say, Okasaya near the ocean. And the Mamu Ghana. Now go pound. Obewe in Ramabo. Name, Obewe in Ramabo. Nakatiano. Nameba Chamo, more and this for Nameba Chamas winning Amoson. We need one and I'm sure they're Ghana. And no one another bay in Mama, I was saying you money in a Debbie chair, Debbie, you couldn't just for Dija. Debbie 24-hour economy now, and I done it, Daddy. First, the Gami and I have a Dija, one of a ton of young Condia. Abaya do not be why you been ya bet a couple of swim at the abeto. Why never turn a young Codia? Coquia for nan, Kakaka crans, who bet you Moka, almost this cababano. Says a cocoy, won't talk.
Say koko you di aye galamsey. Say Ghana sase nyina aye galamsey mama. E na wonni wonnua. Afred mama. Mo twi sika no. Mo twi gold no de kwa Russia koton. Obi you concession kura ni site kura no my day. Mo de ba force mo kwaje. Mama, what sorry I will say I'm a Christian, Christian indeed. Why a Christian anyway? What them Christian name? Kasama ya solo koni. Na a Christian name. Na misuwa umupa mama ka want me nisa mfono. Ka want me nisa mfono. Adi I will say Ghana no. You bet you say yanze see ya man what on Ghana. Na no kraso. Say what on Ghana. Your mama says what on Ghana and to China phobia dear man. Near was a year co and I say ye ba. Then Yamiwa. Yamiwa, do what time. Now people for your parliament to near any parliament and so yet time. Now maybe you try 4 years no. Well, this time I not do what he was MP back Ukraine or parliament. And so Yami why a day what do you try? It is only a year 8 to a year 6 to a year 20. You know better now, you know the best face to. And to money at the Tatan in the Yama wine you. At the Tatatanum, your mamma will not cross for no. You press a more cold, dear Casabuashan and the Yamono. When you at the Tatan in the Yama wine. Namoya day, Yabacasa, and Brane Yankasu, and Branamodia. Million Castle. And yet, just said them cry. One day it come to pass. One day when Yami were back casa, don mama. If you are saying you will, Mamma, we are saying you dear. If we are saying you will, and none you would dear Nadia the child. Wow, Wakaka be summoner would Ginny Ghana. What you also no Ghana the best be an American mama and none anywhere. A branch in the woman. And I can't say what to one will be the crowd, will be the crowd, will be the crowd creme. Sammy Gyamfi, and none of when I was through at Naube soon. At Naube soon. The Wakana any day and what bar. No, I catch and say, China, me didn't go to Sicanivia, what the miracle, why? Sammy, you put our clan or ban, no, I catch and say, Miss Road China, that me this Sicanivia. And son, why there, what the miracle? And the shy, I don't want Casa Sammy Gyamfi who is a Google. I dear bad brand our boy, yeah. A dear Juman away, yeah. What to one, what's a mansion, who Sammy Gyamfi? Who did Cassia Pefra? And I won't Toby Chama. Oh, Toby the Chama, Ghana Sika. Yama minimum D yaw. Somebody a big crowd about talk. Banche crab on up a sea de granny and crabby. Now the mood did the day. Moki Simano. Same, if you ask Namo dear. And Yamo dear. Now want to talk about commercial before what it. And any woman, I'm with the other child, woman. But the Amoya Ghana, no more cost on among years. No, Yamiba Casa, a Bray Ninkaso, Mr. Mafo. They did Ghana for me, did Jack, Sammy Gyamfi no crop for say, we are say, and dear, we are so now, a Bray Ninkaso, and that's a boy, assassin, a new rubber barber, where you need dear, and in a minute, my baba.
Bye, mammy. I mean, come. Yeah, mammy, ya, and I attain and canon. Or see, and come and this in Sammy Gyamfi Crawford to say, embrace in so. And now we enjoy an ochna, people who are contact. I was young for me, and Ras Media GH on YouTube, on Facebook, and on TikTok. Me do besia now say yanko ponya adoma at the same time of today. Me no asamba be share near din come from. Like a video, no share, comment. Subscribe to the channel. Abeka busuanko no ho. Akra mu nyina betimi nyamo kwa. Me the video we jamo. But until we meet again. Adios. Akra mu nyina.
gold board say saa ka enye omo no de aba it is enye omo no de buy there na why na de buy because it says our gold operation see a gold board and a Bank of Ghana and a Ministry of Finance and omo this our gold the jumai it is a cap banana gold board say nyon na de ka no buy ya na no why ebia na Bank of Ghana ebia na Ministry of Finance e Canada obi age atum say oh nti na ehu hia se ebehwehwem omo adwuma no ekofa ekai baaye nienti a eka no ebaaye se ka na bibi anka ye betimi avoid anaze yenti nka yentimi avoid ye ko ye nimi kwan ben na betimi edi sa gold adwuma ya ebema eka no enko baby a ekoi enti ehu hia pa se oman no NDC aban no betu anamo na yetimi anya independent body a ebehwe saa kai mu na eno nso nkonkoye we to ema we na we to money we because ye gina asese no ya hwe ska kese pa oman ye ohia mayo aho kire ewo man mu papa ah chese ema ye politicians kra no ye nuguase ema ye the way aho kire wo man mu inti se America sika 1.7 billion ashreya ese etimi hwem sene beya ye koye nimi so sa gold ejuma menje ni se ebeja se ye koye nimi e behwe kwan a ebetimi aye gold ejuma gold board Bank of Ghana Ministry of Finance sene beya sky ye hwiri ano betimi abrase amaye nti nana akese ehu hia pa se yebesa hwehwe mu na okay we say na gold we see as yes extortion na we say nana sa asem na kosofa sa ekei asem yera Sammy Gyamfi na yera Afenyo markins emze na wochi etwa media sa ansemia na we too many way na we too many way asem na ahomte sa Sammy yera Sammy Gyamfi ona akofa asemia ba se yera Afenyo markins no kasa na oka efa ekano ni go board ho no omonjentum na monjentum a monkasa monjentum na afede okokofa kodu openyiza na ekano kwadu kofa kwadu se onipa na oka asem no oye extortionist no be chairman so see Oshe a ye di sika na bibi fi obi ho openyi
kan wana apobo
apobo and extortion because apo a fraud
no odi ne din kwamboni bi so agisika afri nkofo
no apobo they say fraud but extortion just say what they share
no near pool. Fraud cry they say can you be say you don't even have physical interaction with the person but you can defraud.
Defraud you can't say dream.
Dream. Why
dream? Fraud a dream. Into where a pool. Okay. Yo. Okay. Enti
what can I do?
Okay, son of a what's that make happy about? Now kasi sre.
Na kumia.
Na kasi.
Papa.
Omano insem ne ken yo. Enti say opanyin ti say minority leader. No see o. Ekwan a ye di omani sika no e fa so wo say adwumadi ehu yi. Ento enkoye. Ehu IMF report a e ka say kwan a ye fa so di say adwuma we no e ka aba. na minority da no di tudwa na se obo ekuo bi din se momo kwa mo fa so yes ejuma na ade akayaba na se sa ekuo no mo nso mo gidi se o da bi enye momo ejuma na ade aka na ba se no an se mo so mo aba bi kire mu se o da bi ye ejuma ni se na ti enye ye so ena aka no ba na osan koso koka se onipa na opanyin na ka se adenti na kayaba na ye hwehwe mu na ye na ode ukoka so ye obo oya obi oba po kam say opoboni oye opoboni a na no so free hifa na okese free hifa say ye tea studio ha ye din kopo na minua Kofi Bente aka bibi ode ato NPP for so anaso ode ato memeso na enya sa na tia say no ani say machechiri mu na yawo enya sa because o minwa Kofi weti asemi a wo kan nye say na ti say na say na ti na me konka say Kofi kra asemi a wo kan we apo bonia na eno so ye dan wahu eno dan menti ase free na eno so ba asemu minority da no see eka de nya age atum o say a gold board say nya gold board o enya da bi nya yen inti mon ko hwe baby fufro na uyi o de sa anu ye no ba na afi o koka say papa no e ka sa asem no na ono emu na oye apobonia na wo ti ase inti Sammy Gyamfi yi asem anu wait when you are no kama o say anyamo ye konkohwe Bank of Ghana na mo de mujuma no yesa na mo ya na nyamo mujuma de kaba we you are no fine
asem de na asem ko
eno no na afi baby fufure kwa akohwe de nya kwa akohwe
okay
na o ko sign ko kanse na we apoboni den
na nso ta ponchirani a obaje wo
se Kofi Bente se sa de obi abedi obi atenu akasa nso ata no ana obi ana sa uti o glass here o kasa ni me you glass na hwe form na makase o we in the glass now to the case no and na akasi se akono sa dia ana Kofi uko kasa bi na me ndi me ni onya dia na you glass ya hwe form na makache o say nso ata be enti Kofi Debbie entry but sana making asemi aba na abrantie my friend say Sammy Gyamfi na o hwa ase opesa niema etwabo nipa so pa ase o hwa ne kasae over the period na utimi hu pattern bi hwe Sammy Gyamfi time are not a war position. It's a Bank of Ghana. Almost free 2022 Ghana call COVID by any Ukraine war by ma ahunchresum crew be by 2022 my Bank of Ghana. Yeah they sa debt DDP debt restructuring I say
domestic debt restructuring
domestic debt restructuring by ahunchresum crew by banks ni and obi ahunchre no ankra Ghana for kra ahunchre no better omo my Bank of Ghana boka Sammy Gyamfi catch Ghana for sale and I quote to no I say for the first time in the history of Ghana the Bank of Ghana has lost 60.8 billion. I say for the first time, Bank Aboka. Na sa kanak Bank of Ghana abon. Ghana ya shris kanu. I'll say a call waste. Enti sa mre so Ghana Bank of Ghana ebo kanu. Say nya yeni na de kanu buy. 2022 cry COVID ni Ukraine war ye buy ya yenya baby en fe ya NSF Bank of Ghana beso abansing. We see a waste. Na oba aban mu yi. Sammy Gyamfi na oba aban mu yi. Oka about Bank of Ghana. And I say so your report by so more losses on my end. So okay. The same Sammy Gyamfi no. Or see the losses of Bank of Ghana, are they really losses? Well, to the accountants, they are losses. That is why the IMF calls them accounting losses. But an accounting loss is not an economic loss. The same in Nipano. Or what position? Bank of Ghana Boka. Or say, hey, they didn't see that. Ya shomana triska. Me no kwa ni party. Me nim se na kwa Kofi Bente kan. Wakoye hu nyama pi demonstration na kenka. I'm saying na Bank of Ghana be so abaya sin. Bank of Ghana ni hu kwan me ka no buy na bank omu ni hu kwan. Yeah, the whole demonstration. Na say na wukroma. The same nipan. Afi no ba ben mu a Bank of Ghana still omu juma na ebo ka ba mu. Osi o. Bank of Ghana losses, accounting losses, and yet economic loss. Just a man on Boka, the same person. Okache Ghana for say Yera Akufo-Addo, President Sam Reno. Wakoji bribe emo ama obi post. So okay. And now, I say Akufo-Addo wakoji $40,000. Ama obi position. Now, okay, so okay.
Kindly across 40,000 waju on hono.
I see, but okay, say Akufo-Addo akoji bribe 40,000. Ama obi position. Now, since Akufo-Addo feel said no can nyampa, Akufo-Addo ndi ne chinomonko no gopo. Meboa. Ogusu can say. Yeah, Mami Samira Baumia. So tu kwanya. Okutaka ba kwano ni make up kwande wo. But then look at the later no abe patch of say patwian sign. Na asema kan nya no kwai. Na ube kan same see afa nipa ho on checking make sure say wo njina so papa. Na mami se no di ni hu ni na kokase no ka ba kwa make up kwa wo. Okay, say Papa Baumi and Casacra, Hoptel Company, any there. Angela Sobia Enis. Just say electricity. Scale now train a big echo Baumi Abuto. So what it is answer no na okese.
Endemity.
As accounting firm from KPMG. So no more yeah, sir. If you more banks are buying banks need be buying restructuring. KPMG na yeah in hwehwemu omu di mu akotene yeah hwehwemu no. Yera Sammy Gyamfi ka say KPMG no. Omu sheda nya adwuma papa. Accounting firm papa. Na omu asheda na omu the report about ebe good banks adwuma. And Chebia na KPMG call another report. Say SML assemble. Sammy Gyamfi say KPMG. In fact, we are seeing only the most credible accounting firm. The same person. The same Kuma Sammy Gyamfi. KPMG reports were banking no so on rampe. I say KPMG omunye juma papa. Papa na oma shada na oma bomb triple no mo report a big good banks no. Omo kwa report be on SML na no na Sammy Gyamfi. I say KPMG Juma omudimu pa. In fact, is the best auditing firm in the world. Yera Martina Midui. So koka sembia. Okoka sembi na Sammy Gyamfi ni anje o se NDC fo ni anje ho. Hwe no ka fa Martina Midu. Sammy Gyamfi. O se Martina Midu no onye credible. On kanu kware. You can't rely on Martina Midu's word. ena Martinami do kokan bibi himself in Sammy Gyamfi de kakra. Small council, they say Martinami do. I'll say one thing you cannot take away from that man, that Martinami do, he is not corrupt. He is not a thief. He speaks the truth. The same Martinami do. The same Martinami do no.
Mother serpent no.
But you say
mother serpent no.
Okoka mother serpent no. Sammy Gyamfi say one thing you cannot take from Martinami do say papa no onye corrupt. Oka no kware. Onye comfort. Oyobia ni bibia edimu. And so Okoka okay so okoye report to be about government official one bina okay.
And no ASP.
Yeah. And no Sammy Gyamfi say Martinami do onka no kware. Onka no kware kra onye credible. Untimi njina na ne kasa so. The same person against the same Martinami. Inti P wa ha but mred inti P inti Sammy Gyamfi no I saw Tony book because I said Okasa on both sides of his mouth. So the latest one is Apo Boy or the Akoto minority leader suite. So Obo Apo. Me who sena Apo Boy efa ekana ban. But waka. But nana yakesi. Share a name maybe ebe free san semia Sammy Gyamfi can pese ususu nana yao. Public institution. To say gold board. So mostly Afenyo marking. Abe bomo apo. And wabe extort money from you. I see a team beside who say. Then to the chief executive officer of a state enterprise. One man who penny say obi emebo apo. Obi emebo on training. Because your okay extortion is that it involves threat. Set threat and training. Aha. And Internet maker say extortion it goes beyond fraud.
There was a fraud there. I can't say
no, sorry.
No, fraud there.
Fraud there.
It goes beyond the Apple bottom. Because one okay extortion. She said now like black. It's more like blackmail.
Okay.